Everyone, welcome to the Twin Stitches Designs podcast. My name is Julie, and I am the knitwear designer behind Twin Stitches Designs. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a first-time viewer, thank you so much for checking me out. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for all your support and your continuing of watching this podcast. I will start out where you can find me. I am Julianne Knitter, both on Instagram and Ravelry, and we have a Ravelry group for this podcast, as well as all of my designs. You can check it under Ravelry Groups tab, and Twin Stitches Designs. I will have everything linked in the down bar below this video, as well as a thread in our Ravelry group. I got all of that. I always make sure to try and get all of those out of the way because I tend to completely forget, and I'm like midway through the podcast and I'm like, I never even told you where you can find me, right? Yeah, no. I am gonna get better, you guys. It's gonna take, I'm just glad you guys are here on the journey with me. I have, again, so much to share with you. We are Monday, September 21st, and we just all had supper, and I sent my husband downstairs with the girls to go play while I try and squeeze in this podcast. And I'm like looking at the pile of stuff, and I can't believe it's only been a week. Especially when I say to you guys, like, oh, I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to put these goals. And one person completely called me out on the last video, and I haven't responded yet, and I absolutely loved it. I think it was Tanya, I'm not sure. Anyway, she was saying, you know, you're telling yourself you're not setting goals, and then you go at the end of the podcast and say, oh, you're setting goals for yourself. And I laughed out loud, and I'm like, yeah, you totally get me. Yeah, that's how crazy I am. But it works for me, so I'm just going to keep going with it. I'm also debating on putting a segment at the end of the podcast, more like a goals, where what I'm trying to plan for the next week. But again, it's okay if I don't make it. But it's just kind of this thing that I love putting on myself is I'm very goal oriented. I do need to find myself a planner though. Me and my husband are going away for the weekend coming up. It's actually both of our birthdays. His is on Friday and mine is on Sunday. And we are going for a little getaway without our girls, and really excited. So I'm hoping to try and find a really good planner that'll work for me. So yeah, more on that all at the end of the podcast because you're here for the knitting. And do I have some knitting to show you. We'll start with what I'm wearing. This is probably one of my most worn sweaters. It is the Benton Pullover by Julie Hoover. I knit this, I want to say, maybe 4 years ago, out of Knit Picks Tweed, Stroll Tweed, in the Dove Heather, Peruvian Heather, I think. But it's this huge, I'll get up quickly, really huge oversized sweater, and it is knit at the bottom up, seamed on the sides. The boxy, it's the most comfortable sweater ever. I absolutely love Knit Pick Stroll. It is probably one of my favorite yarns in terms of durability and softness. I just absolutely love it, and I would knit another garment in a heartbeat. I'm actually debating buying a sweater quantity. I know you're going to think I'm crazy. A fingering weight to knit my husband a sweater. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. Like, I made the girls some sweaters. I recently made the Mountain Mist pullovers for them. I had also made the Flax pullover, and I'm hoping to make some more sweaters for them in the future, but I've never knit my husband a sweater. Yeah, that would be a whole other thing, but I'm debating because I absolutely love the Knit Picks. It is absolutely amazing, and honestly, a lot of people are surprised of how well this looks for being 4 years old. I don't even think I've ever, what do you call it, like the gleaner. I don't think I've ever unpilled it. Is that a word? But yeah, it looks amazing, and if ever you see me at knitting things, or I usually love to wear it because it's just so comfortable, especially if you're feeling, a little bit self-conscious. It's just this huge, oversized, comfy, cozy sweater. I think that's all I can tell you about it. But yeah, I have my Ravelry notes detailed. I think that's it. Anyways, I absolutely loved it. It was a joy to knit. It was my first ever seamed sweater. And I think if I ever were to make it again, I would make it a one color. I think it would be stunning. And as well, I wouldn't have to like make sure like all the stripes. It would be more mindless. So that's that. Okay, first up will be finished objects. So my goal last week that I had mentioned was that I did want to get my socks off the needles. That was a design for a mystery sock club box. Now I did finish the pair. I don't want to show it too much in depth. I think Amanda of Little Bitty Delights is going to be putting up the pre-order this Friday, October 25th. Check out her space. I will link her shop below, and you will get a pattern and some yarn and some fun charm. Like it's a fun package. For some people who want to keep the sock pattern a mystery, that is up to you, but I'm going to be showing it now. So just as proof that they're done, but you have seen it on the other. I just don't want to show like too much. But they are completed, and I'm really excited that those are done. They were knit out of, she's now Lane and Lotus in her Beside the Fire. Actually, I can show like that, yeah. Beside the Fire colorway. I knit these on 2.25 millimeter needles on my Hiya Sharps. Those are my preferred needles for socks, and all of the socks that I knit for myself or women in my family, I do 2.25. And any men's sock, I do them on 2.5 millimeter needles. Just works. So yeah, that is one FO that I have done. The second one I have yet to block. Sorry, just heard a noise downstairs. Are my fingerless mitts. And these are all done. I just have yet to block them. I weaved in all my ends. And these were sent out to test knitters, so they are stocking it on this side, and these fun little cables with some fun stitches. Really, really fun. I whipped these up in a matter of 3 days while working on other things. Like, it is so fast, and I'm hoping to get this pattern out by November 8th at the same time as the release as my Kalma sweater, the red sweater. This excuse me, was knit out of Lizzie Ann yarns in her teacup colorway on her 75-25 base. And this one as well is a 75-25 base, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And it makes for absolutely lovely, lovely soft mittens. And I think this is a great project for any of your stash yarn if you want to just use up some scraps. If you knit up a sweater, it's a great way because it uses about like 30 to 50 grams for a pair of mittens, depending on the size, if you want to make it longer or shorter, if you want. And this height is completely adjustable, right? If you want it more, then you do a few more repeats. If you want it less, you decide how long you want it. I give you in the pattern a estimate of the sample that I knit, and then you make it your own. But I really, really love it, and I've said it before, I love working with their yarn of Lizzie Ann. They are lovely people, and I really love it. So that is FO number 2. I know, I'm just like bringing them out to you guys. Okay, I don't know what that was. No idea. That's how tired I am. Like when you're starting doing hand motions, but you have no idea what you're doing. Okay. Oh my God. I say this all the time, but I'm expecting you guys to be like, really like applauding this. I'm just reaching for my project. This is in my Mini Moon Sewing project bag. And I was planning on having the body done by the end of October. Well, you guys, I finished the body. So the last time we spoke, I was about 6 to 8 inches, and I've knit, I want to say it was from all of this week. Yeah. I went crazy. So I finished in 1 week, I finished the mittens, the pair of socks, the body, and I have more knitting to show. I have no sweet clue where I'm finding all this time. Oh my geez. But I had mentioned as well that I was waiting for some 12-inch circular needles. I received these in the mail, so I'm trying them out. I literally just picked up the sleeve stitches half hour ago. So I am knitting. This is a new design. You're probably wondering, what is this, Julie? Like, brain. This is a new design by me, who I'm collaborating with Laura of Camp Fiber Yarns, and her Mariana's Trench, which is the incredible blue, and Tiramisu, which is the gray. It is stunning in person. I can't even tell you how stunning it is in person. It is a little bit oversized with some knit pearl textures here, and then some fun little color work. This one, I want to say, is going to be ready for test knit very, very soon, maybe in about a week. I'm debating. This is a stretch. We are leaving on Friday morning, and I would maybe be hopefully finishing one of the sleeves by Wednesday, putting the call out on Thursday, Friday before I leave, and then leaving it open for about a week. Maybe. You never know. But I have an idea of what I want to do with the sleeves. I'm thinking a nice 3/4 length sleeve. I still have almost a full ball. I really love this sweater. You guys, I think I'm going to live in it. So like I said, this sweater is going to be needing. I'm going to call this episode the episode where I can't talk, because it's gone out. I'm going to be needing test knitters in 10 different sizes, all the way from, I want to say 30 to 32 inch, all the way to a 60 inch to 62 inch bust. So if you're interested, go in our test knitting group on Ravelry on the Earburn list. Oh my God, I gotta tell you guys. Okay, I put out the test knit call for these mittens, and then I was getting messages saying, okay, I see my name, but I never got like the notification that I've been earburn. And I thought, okay, but why is this happening? I see your name in the test knit call. So it turns out Ravelry is so touchy that I had to have the little comma next to your name, even though you're completely linked. If I didn't have a comma then space, it wouldn't earburn you. I had your name, space, comma, other name. But it has to be, the comma has to be with the name for you to get earburned. And then, because I was finding my last test knits, like, okay, like I didn't get as many applications as my previous ones. And I thought, maybe it's the time of year. And then as soon as I did that, then they were all coming in. I was like, okay, Julie. Apparently, yeah, I had no idea. I'm not a techie. I tried, but I'm not a techie. Oh, I should say these are Hiya Sharps. I got them. They are US 5, 3.75 millimeters, 12-inch circular needles. So I'm really interested in trying. I'm afraid they're going to hurt my wrist, though. That's my only concern. And if they do, that is perfectly fine. I will go back to Magic Loop. But this is something I've always wanted to try, is the 12-inch circular needles. Yeah, so I'm going to try them out, and I'll let you know on the next podcast what I think about them and how that goes. All right, so the next project that I have going, this one is in my Maple Mousse fibers bag. I do not think she does bags anymore. Every time I check, her shop is still on vacation mode, and it's been that way for over a year. So I also have this fun notions pouch from the Tangled Stitch shop. I absolutely love this. I added a little sheepy, and it lies flat, and when I open it up, I get all of my notions. So I really love it. I need more of these in the future. I just find they're so practical. This is a collaboration with Lauriane of Tout le Matin Yarns, and I have the tag here. So it's in her Toe DK, which is 100% superwash merino, and the colorway, it's a little bit of a mess in here, Ghost, Cumulonimbus, and Fox. So it's these three together. This one here, Ghost, is the main color, and I'm doing some color work with these two. I won't be showing too much because it's still in the I want this sweater to be perfect. So I'm going back and forth on designs, and I'm going on ideas, and I've just separated for the sleeves, and it is a all over colorwork yoke. I'm not sure, the idea that I had, and I actually charted the whole thing out, was to do an all over colorwork, like the body and everything. But I also love where you have some colorwork all over the yoke, and then a little bit of stockinette with more colorwork on the bottom. I do love that as well. So I'm just not 100% sure. And but what I'm actually hoping is that I could bring the body. I'm hoping this is going to be my travel knitting this weekend, where I can just knit round and around. So if I go with the stockinette version where there's no color work, then that would be absolutely perfect for the drive. And yeah, I'm still debating, and that's why I love having it sit in a bag where I don't do any quick decisions. I really want to sleep on it and make sure that that is the project I envision. That is the sweater that I envision, that I want, and the end result. So I always want to take my time with those and really make sure that all of my sweaters are perfect. I don't want to rush anything and not be proud and happy with the finished project just to get it off my needles. I want to make sure that the sweaters that I design and finish, that's what I want, and that's what I want to wear, and that's what I want to give to you guys as well. So I'm hoping, I'm leaning towards the stockinette body with some color work on the bottom. That is what I'm planning on. So if I continue that way, then this will be perfect travel knitting for this weekend, and you never know, I might finish the body of that this weekend. Who knows? Okay. Oops, so sorry. I have to reach over and I have so many bags. So this one is a bag that I sewed up myself last year. I'm not even going to show you the inside. It is horrendous. I am still learning how to sew bags. Trust me, I would never sell this in a million years. But the fabric, it was perfect. And I do have some left over, so I'm hoping that I can really make a good bag out of this. Like the lining, I screwed it up, so there's a big hole in the bottom, so it's like, well, not here, like that's there, but like the inside fabric, it's not sewed. What are you gonna do? I was going to the gym, and I noticed that I don't have a nice cowl, like a nice chunky knit cowl. I just want something I can throw on with my jackets, and I want to be able to just have something somewhat neutral color, because I wanted to go with every single jacket I would have last years and years. So what do? Well, you whip out a new design. I'm just going to show you guys the idea that I have quick. So this is what I have right now. I literally just cast this on yesterday or the day before. So it's going to be a huge loop cowl, which you're knitting just flat, and then I will be just sewing it up, and then you'll be able to like double loop it around. That's my idea, with some different textures along the way, and I am marling leftover yarns. So this is actually Knit Pick Stroll Dove Heather. This one is Laura of Camp Fiber Yarns, her DK BFL, 100% BFL, which is incredible. These two marl together, like, they make beautiful fabric. So what I'm kind of hoping is to keep the Dove Heather, the fingering weight, held completely the entire way. So this will be the main color. I have like 3-4 balls of this. And what I'm planning on doing is transitioning, kind of doing a neutral fade. So I'll be going from the white, this is what I'm thinking right now, the white to like, not really sure what that is. It's like a pinkish, like tiny, tiny hints of pinkish blush. And then I'm thinking of going to this gray, yeah, to that gray. So something of this where I'm just grabbing all the scraps of yarn that I have and kind of doing like a neutral fade where once it's looped, then you'll be getting that fade, and especially when you wrap it up around your neck, you just get all these different colors and marled together, and I think it's going to be stunning. So that's what I'm hoping. So the yarns that I have, I had done a fiber share package, and my swap partner was Miss Knit Yarns, who does a lot of yarns for weaving projects and that type. And these are two of the blends of yarn. This one is Merino Undyed, about 37 grams, and this one is Other Sheep's, 34 grams. This merino is stunning. So soft, so stunning. And this one as well, it's just a little bit more sheepy, but I think like paired these together are gonna be just stunning. Like, oh, I can't wait to wear this cowl. So, and then this one as well is from her, that she was just dyeing random 20-gram skeins of yarn. So she sent me just like a bunch of little minis and scraps and some full skeins as well, but like this is so much fun because you can just add them in different projects. And I don't weave. I wish I did. I think it's absolutely beautiful project. But I also love that I can pair them all up together in this nice cowl. And as well, where it's a cowl for me, I'm not scared that this is not the same base as this, that it's not the same sheep. Hitting myself with tags in the face. For me, I think that is going to be the beauty of it, where it is all different. I love mixing textures with different yarns, and like this is BFL, this is Superwash Merino, this is a Merino, and then these two I'm not sure what they are. And I think that makes the project even more special. And I'm going to be taking care of it, so I don't, I'm not afraid of it, you know, getting ruined or whatever. Oh, she also had this one. I'm not sure about this one because it's more of a brownish, and this is also Other Sheep. So it's more of a brown compared to, but I still think it would be beautiful together, where this could be the last one. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm knitting this on Knitter's Pride, I think they are, my interchangeable. I don't have the full set. When I first started knitting, I knitted with Knitter's Pride, and I just bought the interchangeable because I thought it was the best way to go, and I just kind of built my own set with needles that I wanted, and I just buy it from, instead of buying the fixed, I just buy the tips on a US 10. So really, really bigger needles, and it's just making the project go fast, and it's enjoyable. There's no deadline for this. It's just me knitting, and I think I'll release the pattern if you guys are interested for it, then I'll release it. It's going to be kind of more of a recipe where I will tell you approximately how many grams you'll need, and I'll have to have testers who weigh out everything so that we can really get you guys a good measurement, but it's really more of a recipe type of project. The next one I have not cast on yet, but I thought I would show you. I skeined it up. Oh, I think I left the tag downstairs. This is from the lovely girls Jamie and Andrea of Mockingbird Fibre Co. This is in their tweed sock. It's called their rustic sock base, and the colorway, I I know this, guys. I know this colorway. It's gold something. Oh, there we go. I'll put it down there. It is just beautiful. I really love it. So this one is currently sitting in my Tangled Stitch Shop bag, and it wouldn't be me if it wouldn't be all set and ready. I have my needles, my lovely DPN Cozy from Sheila, and I also have in here my Tuft Woolens. So my bag is all set to go. I just want to get a few things off the needles because I think I have like enough as it is. I don't want to get too much clutter space in my brain. So once I get all of that, then I will cast that on for sure. I think that's all that you've already seen. So this week I received my order from Freckled Whimsy. I had sent her some balls of yarn when she was having a sale for her to knit out or crank out some sock tubes. So this is the tubes. I sent her 5 and then I received these. So the purpose, if you don't know what this is, so she knits it on her circular sock knitting machine, and you are able to knit out some socks based on the tubes that they give back. So there's a few people who do this on Etsy. If you just search out sock tubes or knitting machine, they will pop up. So this one is folded in half, and it's just a tube. So she also has a YouTube, Kirby Werby has a YouTube tutorial on how to do like a cut in your afterthought heels, and you just pick up, they put in some waste yarn. So you would just pick it up, knit your ribbing, cut where you want your toe, put in your heels, and you're able to get some pairs of socks without knitting them. I sent her over a few of all the commercial yarn because I was hoping to gift a lot of these to the men in my family. This one is Opal, is probably my favorite one. The gauge on this one is perfect, is very tight. I think they will make incredible socks. And her packaging, I couldn't say enough good things about. She even puts the stitch count, so I had asked for 64 stitch count, and she has her tag. And everything came labeled. It was beautiful. The packaging was incredible. Now, the only downside that and I'm just being honest, I had asked her for some West Yorkshire spinners. I had sent it over. And I don't know what happened because the gauge on the West Yorkshire spinners was completely off. Like, they stretch out crazy compared to this. This is incredibly more loose. I found the Opal was the best that cranked. So if you were to go with that, I would maybe go more with Opal. I don't know why, it just cranked out way better. So what I did was, with this, there is the whole tube somewhere else. I cut it, I put in a toe, and this is Knit Pick Stroll in the Poppy Fields. And I think the yellow matches perfect. Right now, I am knitting on the cuff. So I'm going to do about 2 inches for the cuff, and then I'm going to cut in the heel. I am a little disappointed with the West Yorkshire spinners because I was really excited about this game. Now, I take full responsibility that I've sent these to get cranked. If I really wanted them that bad, I could have knit them myself, and I completely agree. But I don't understand how the gauge can be so completely different from this to this. Like, my husband tried these on and he's like, oh, they are way looser than what you would ever knit. So they're going to be more like house socks. But it's just West Yorkshire spinners is such a sturdy yarn. I don't know. I was just a little disappointed, and that's my honest opinion. Would I do it again? For the Opal, yes. If I had a ton of Opal, I would 100% hands down. Now, I had also sent over some Knit Picks Felici. And these two. I had asked my husband to try these on. He also said that they were loose compared to the opal. Yeah. So I'm still going to make up some socks, and if the men use them as more house socks, that's fine. I am hoping once I add in the heel and I do a lot of ribbing on the top, that I'm hoping it'll tighten it up. And for these, sorry, put that back in there. For the West Yorkshire spinners, what I'm actually debating on doing is putting them through the washer and dryer. I put my commercial sock yarns through washer dryer, and I find they tighten up. So what I'm wondering is, do they need a really good blocking? Do they need to like tighten up in the dryer and washer? So I'm going to finish this pair of socks. I'm actually going to finish a pair, one sock. I'm going to knit the other, or knit up the other one, and then I'm going to put one through the wash and then one not, and I'm curious to see the difference. So whenever those are done, I will definitely show them on the podcast and see what was different and how they reacted. And that's all I got in the mail this week, except for my 12-inch circular needles. I got my sock tubes. Yeah, I think that's all I've been working on. If you are just here for the knitting, thank you so much for checking me out today. I think it's a little bit longer, about a half hour, so not too bad. And I hope to see you next week. I might be missing next week's podcast just because we're away for the weekend, so I might skip a week. But come to you guys with so much more knitting. Get ready for that one. And if you are here, I'm just going to do a quick recap. My week this week has been very good with the girls. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I've done a ton of knitting. We had just a really good time this week. I don't think there was anything really huge or eventful. We cleaned out all of our garden beds outside, did all of the yard work before the cold weather hits too much. We are in the east coast of Canada, more New Brunswick, so we do get cold winters and a lot of snow, so we want to make sure that the yard's all done and everything, and we just, had a really nice relaxing weekend, didn't do too much, and we're planning on a weekend away. I am excited. We are, his parents are taking over for the girls, who we trust completely, who they've already done it, so that is going to be a lot of fun where we can just relax and sleep in. I'm excited to sleep in. But I'm going to miss our girls so much. But I also think it's very important for us to have this time and to celebrate our birthdays together. We're not doing anything extravagant. We are just going, maybe having supper every night, go out, get dressed up, which is something we don't do. So it just makes that extra special. And if you guys are interested, let me know. I'm going to put a poll, but I'm debating on doing a birthday sale this weekend. I am turning 28. Yeah, already. So I might do a 28% off my entire shop. Let me know if you guys are interested. I'll put a poll in my stories this week. And if you guys are, then I'll put my shop on a full sale mode this weekend for the birthday weekend. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in. But I think that's all for today. I'm so happy you joined me, and I can't wait to get all of this knitting and show you guys even more progress. I hope you guys like it. If you do, make sure you give it a nice thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other videos. I think that's it, guys. So I will see you next time, and happy knitting. Bye.